Hello, we're back at the old place. Things are just kind of like time, time just move fast. It just really, it's moving really fast, and it feels like a deja vu. What you do, what I did a certain year, I repeated this year, and it's just like, and now it's just like a scene that, you know, why. Uh, well, it's not the reason why because he said it, and there is a reason, and there is more than a reason. There is a layer inside of it. There is a deep meaning within those words. Time is a flat circle. The flat circle. What is a flat circle? No, not sure. It's a flat, but a circle. Just did you get it? It just seems strange, but time is a strange concept. Time is something we cannot understand. We cannot measure. We cannot put into a lab. We cannot photograph. We cannot do test with it. We cannot do anything with time. How do you test time? How do you test that concept? It's a heavy concept. You can't really do any experiment on a time. So how do you investigate time? You investigate it through quantum mechanics. You investigate it through. Then when you quantum mechanics reach to a dead end, you utilize philosophy. And as we know, philosophy, you need another philosophy to understand philosophy itself. And philosophy is something very complex. It's very so it's, I wouldn't say hard, but I would say very sophisticated and complex. But it just gets you more and more and more, and the more you try to understand that concept, you get lost in the concept itself, because time is something you live. And time, what is it? Is it a physical thing? Is it we can touch it? No, but we can somehow have a measure to it. I know it's now. It's, I don't know. It's 11:41 p.m., which is a time. But within that time, what is the time of the time? Like, uh, it's the time that we put the clock. Because the word time, when I use the word time, I don't mean the word time. What I mean, the concept of time. When I say time, I will use, okay, let's just, for the sake of argument, let's say the concept of time is it's tempura. We're going to use the Spanish word for time, which is tempura. And we're going to use time as just time, spending time. It's time, the word vocabulary. And then we play with the linguistic. We play with language, because language, again, is just, it's expressed a mental idea. It's expressed language. It says what's inside of our minds. And language is just a tool. We have the idea inside of our heads and minds. We have it, but we cannot express it. We just utilize the limits of words, of language that we have. Maybe we can express through signs. We can express through. That's why writing is more descriptive than speaking. You can write, you can express ideas by writing them, but you cannot do the same as speaking them. And I think that just stores the information in the brain, and I think just it's a process that we do as human beings. And you know we're talking about time and what is time, and we need that. No, we're talking about tempora and what is tempora, and we have to define tempora. you know Different folks define and give it a definition, and others give it other definitions, and we cannot really agree upon one definition or other definition. You know, it's quite an open discussion for thinkers and philosophers and scientists and people of interest and experts and researchers and curious minds. So time, or tempora, let's say tempora. What is it? Well, how do you find it? How do you crack it? How do you decipher? How do you decode that time? You decode it. What is time? What is it? And for it to understand, we wouldn't use the word understand because we never understand everything in the universe. But we'll just, to try to have a little bit of peak, to have a little bit of pixel on the big picture, just kind of catch something. We're going to reverse, the question, and we're going to look at it from another perspective, and we're going to look at time as something, define time, the factors of time, the things that are around the time, and from the things that we have is humans, because time is related to human beings, right? Or time is related to, well, well, that's another question because we raised the time. Are we talking about the time in the universe? Or are we talking about time in Earth? Because as far as I know, time in here in Earth is totally different than time in Mars and on other planets in the universe. So time is a relative. Then here we're going to build the question of the relativity of Einstein's theory, which give us a whole lot of help in dealing with this question of tempora. But again, what do I know? What do you know? We don't know anything. We just barely have this limited scope of time. We have this limited scope of knowledge, and our knowledge is very limited to our senses: touch, sight, smelling, touching, seeing, grabbing, or touching. Feeling. It's very limited to that. Or thinking as well, because we think. So we're going to use the minds to understand a concept that is very, very big, which is somehow like very not very efficient. Bearing in mind that just one person thinking. We need the minds, we need scientists, we need collaborative collaborations and teamwork for us to understand. I don't like the word understand. I do not like the word understand. Because the word understand, it seems like, oh, we know it all. So just to explore. Let's just use to how do you scalvers into the seas of knowledge. That's the first step. Well, stay curious. Always stay curious and try to know more and more about our universe, our planet first, before going into the universe. Our planet, our surrounding, our society, we start from a point, and then we reach to another bigger point, and when I see just bullshit in the society, just care about the bullshit, and we don't need that bullshit. We need real knowledge. We need knowledge. Through knowledge, we will progress. Without knowledge, we will never progress. Even if we have the resources. Because even if we have the resources, we have the means, we have the money, we have the manpower, women power, human power. We have everything, resources wise, but we don't have minds. Not how you expect us to progress without minds. And the minds, I think, and even the politics, I don't like to delve into politics at all. I don't like. But leaders, we have to have leaders that are creative. The one that's really leading has at least to be a creative mind. I'm not saying he has to be a Harvard graduate or or Cambridge or MIT or whatever. I don't mean that. I just mean that someone who is interested in knowledge and someone who is willing to fund, willing to is willing to they are willing to support wholeheartedly the project of progress through language, through knowledge and innovation. That's pretty much like, I mean, it seems easy to say it, but in reality, we don't just, reality is reality. What we gotta do. But the idea is there, even though the reality says otherwise. But we keep pushing the idea. We keep pushing, and we don't give up on it. We don't give up on that. We keep holding that torch of hope for a better future.